Mustang GT, premium package, black on black. I stalked the internet December 2013 to find out what the new Ford Mustangs would look like when they came out in 2015, and I wasn't very happy. But I decided to face it as a challenge and do a lot of research to find out more, not just look at the body style. So after a couple months of every night looking up articles and reading about them and doing a deep dive on the performance of this car, I actually turned that disgust into happiness when I finally realized that this was the Mustang. This wasn't any other car. Before, it looked like a combination of a European car, a combination of a competitor car, and I just didn't like it. But the more I looked at every single angle and the more I understood the performance and what was under the hood and all the changes that Ford made, I was pretty stoked to get this car. Prior to that, I had a 2011 V6 automatic, and that was enough power given the fact that I still had 2 young children. But by this point, I was ready to step it up. Knowing that they weren't offering at the time a Shelby for this model and beyond, I decided to go for a GT. Get a little bit more horsepower, more performance, and just the all-around look of it was much better. The tires are 19s Pirellis. Hands down, there's nothing like Pirellis. This car turns at 80-90 miles per hour on the freeway, going around a curve like it's nothing. The exhaust is the cool part. So it's a Gibson catback, and it's 4-inch pipes, black ceramic coated. The sound that it makes, it's not a purr, it's a growl. You can hear this thing coming down the road. And in fact, my coworkers have told me, Jet, sometimes we can hear you pull in the parking lot in the morning when you get to work and they're on the 3rd floor inside. So it's pretty good. It's not annoying. It's loud enough that it will turn heads definitely when it goes. The best exterior feature that I like about my car is the carbon fiber racing stripes. I did a lot of research on this too. I don't want my car to be just a stock car. I wanted to very carefully and very calculated think about what type of features do I want to add to my car without overdoing it. And as I thought about the stripes, I looked at so many stripes on the internet. I've seen so many stripes on cars just out there driving around. And I finally found the stripe that I'm like, I like it, it's not too overboard, but it's a little unique because it starts out at the hood small and then it widens as it goes back further towards the windshield. And I knew I wanted to keep the black on black with my car. I don't want to go white, I didn't want to go silver. And so my brother-in-law recommended a guy that he knew that does stripes and called him up, Sam Breslin, Street Graphics, real great guy. Talked to him and said, you know, I have a stripe kit in mind, but I want to customize it just a little bit. Can you help me out with that? And he was absolutely up for it. And then I said, okay, I know I want black on black, but I'm considering carbon fiber. He said, hands down, carbon fiber is the way to go. When the sun hits it, it just explodes. I dropped my car off and he showed me a design. And he said, I think if we add just a nice pinstripe on the sides, the outer sides, it will really look good. He took a look at the car and he said, oh, you've got those intake there near your hood. Why don't we put just a little patch of carbon fiber? And I said, yeah, let's do it. I want this I don't want anybody else to have this out on the street. I don't want anyone else to have the same design and the same look. So I gave him the creative license to do what he wanted, and throughout the day, he applied it. He made even some changes and adjustments. I told him, go for it. I completely trust you. I did a lot of research on him. I looked at a lot of photos that he had of his work. And when I went to pick it up, I was just blown away. And I thought, this is the one feature that's going to be unlike anybody else's car, is going to be amazing just going down the street. What do I like the best inside? I call it the cockpit. It definitely, you know, resembles the inside of an airplane because, well, I mean, there's all kinds of really cool knobs and there's carbon fiber on the dashboard, which really sets it off, makes it nice. It looks really sleek, a little fancy, but most of all, everything's really convenient. There's a gauge in there, it's called the vacuum gauge. And a lot of times when people get in my car, they look at that and they say, "What's this gauge? What's this vacuum gauge for?" And I said, well, you know, in the event that air pressure goes down, a mask will fall from above. You gently place that over your face, tug on each string, secure it to yourself before you secure it to your children. And by that time, they start to laugh and realize I'm just mimicking the flight attendants. The second thing I like about the interior definitely is the sound system. Oftentimes when the weather's nice, I'll roll down the windows and the sound system is the exhaust, but around Arizona it gets a little warm, so I'll keep the windows up, the air blowing, and just crank the stereo up.
Please say a command.
USB.
USB. Say a command.
Play artist Aaron Lewis.
Playing artist Aaron Lewis.
Now I grew up down an old dirt road in a town you wouldn't know. My pops picked the place up for $1,500 back in 1964.
You know, anytime I'm feeling down and I'm in my car and the radio's bumping, it definitely makes me feel better. Black, sleek looking, very fast, and you blink an eye and he's gone. Eye on this road.
What do you like best about your Mustang?
Goes fast. I always do.